let's get into it. And
Yes.
obviously heading into Q4, and wanted to get your update on what you think is going to happen in Q4 into Q1 of next year. What should buyers anticipate
Yeah.
happening with
Yeah.
rates?
So as of this week, rates are at 7.3. That's a 30-year conventional fixed rate. And, the Feds met last week, and, there was a lot of reaction. Of course, the Feds stated that they're going to pause on the rate hikes for now. But in the near future, there's possibility of raising the rates. My projection is, yeah, we're going to get another rate hike sometime probably in November when they meet again or whatnot. Probably the remaining of this year, the rates are probably going to stay around where it's at now or a little higher. I predict that it might stay like this till the first quarter of next year. It's unfortunate, but it's just a very volatile market. So, I mean, hopefully we say this, but it gets better, that they
Right.
pause on the rates and they'll get lower. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking about hearing rates potentially go all the way up to
mm,
8%. And that is a reality for both buyers and sellers, right?
yeah,
Not just on the buy
yeah.
side.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I definitely could see that happening. I mean, I was kind of shocked too. I didn't think it's gonna happen this like this fast or whatever. But you're seeing it right now. We're living in it right now.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And buyers are getting used to the 7%, right? Like I've
Yeah.
had just this week 5 buyers jump off the fence and say, all right, it's time. Like, let's move
Yeah.
forward, let's keep going.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And just in like my market specifically, we have seen sales decline about 12% year to date
Wow.
versus last year.
Yeah.
However, we are up with our sales price. So we're up about
It's
six and a half
crazy.
percent. Yeah.
That's
Six and a
crazy.
half percent average sales price in Southern Palm Beach County, even though sales are down. So
Yeah.
um, which kind of leads us to we're both seeing multiple offer scenarios still, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just the right property. I think as of late, a lot of the properties that are listed, they need a lot of work, and the ones that come on the market that's well kept or whatnot, they're flying. They're still seeing multiple offers, so
Yeah.
it's insane. So
Right. And so buyers can still get a deal
mhm,
if they're open to doing some work, right? Putting in some of that
exactly.
sweat equity, some of
Yeah.
that love into a property and negotiating hard on price
Yep.
because sellers are still thinking that they can continue to increase the price versus the last sale. And
Yeah.
while prices are up, it's
Yeah.
mostly up on properties that are super turnkey. So like a
Oh
done
yeah.
kitchen, done roof, potentially impact windows and potentially a pool.
Yeah.
So buyers don't want to actually pay for that kind of work, but
Exactly.
if they want to get a deal, I still suggest you look at properties that have been on the market a while that need
Yep.
some love. You can
Exactly.
put in some sweat equity for sure.
Yeah. 100%. And I'm seeing more sellers are more willing to give credit, seller credit, or
Yeah.
else I've seen as of late, I probably have two of them right now that they actually replaced a brand new roof for the client. So, again, there's things that you can definitely negotiate, and you just never know. It doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, let us know what kind of success you're seeing with some of your buyers. What wins have you had in the last week?
Yeah, no, I had a really good one that closed last Friday. Really nice couple. They're buying the first home. They got their pre-approval from a large bank, largest institutional bank, and during they got their offer accepted. Then during the process, 2 weeks down the line, they got denied by that bank. So my realtor partner, he gave me a call. He said, "Hey, Todd, can you help these clients out?" So I was talking to them, and just sometimes you really just have to dig deep in these loans nowadays, and especially right now. I think a lot of loan officers can relate. You're working twice as hard to make these deals stick, and make sure that they meet to the get to the finish line. So we just structure it where um, they had to pay down some liabilities. And then on top of that, we bought the rate down a little bit, did a permanent rate buy down, right? And they were able to qualify. So we ended up closing the loan in 2 weeks. So it was really good.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And which brings us to like the point, right? You can still buy down the rate. You could still do a permanent buy
Yes.
down if you don't want to take the risk on a 2-1
Yeah.
buy down.
Exactly. And the
There
client
are,
was at 7.25. They're at 7.25. We had to buy down to like 6.75 and they end up closing. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So maybe that's an option for buyers who aren't finding their perfect home. It's, get into a little bit lower of a price point, property that needs a little bit of love, and have the seller finance or fund basically the rate buy down.
Oh yeah, 100%. Totally agree to that.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tyler. We will see you next week. Appreciate